So good morning and welcome back to the class. We are doing exercise 5.2. I told I need to discuss at least 2-3 more problems quickly before I go to the next topic. So we will continue with the exercise 5.2 that we were doing. This we are on page 106. No, 107. I want to do the 17, 18 and 19. So this is on page 107. Please look into the textbook as I am reading the problem. I am on problem number 17. I am taking up the problem number 17. The problem says find the 20th term from the last term of the AP, where the AP is given to be 3, 8, 13, etc. to 253. This is the AP given to me. Alright, I need to find the 20th term. If it was simply told the 20th term, we had to go and use the AN formula. Alright, but now there is a difference in the way the question is asked. You are asked for the 20th term from the last. So this I think we discussed when we took up the formula for the 20th term. For the nth term when we were talking about, when you have the nth term to be counted from the front end of the AP, that is starting from the first term, you know the formula is very normal. AN equals A plus N minus 1 times D. This is the nth term. It can be any term from the beginning of the AP. But now the question is, I have to start from the last term and count and find out which is the 20th term. Now how will you do this? For this you have to flip your AP. That means bring the last term as the first term. It goes on like this and this is how your AP becomes now. So you have started with 253 as the first term and gone on to reach the last term now, which has become 3. So the entire AP has been taken in the reverse order. You have flipped the AP. Alright, now using this new AP that you have, you know your A or the first term has become 253. And what is going to be your common difference? From this AP, which was the original AP, we know the common
Negative
difference is
5.
8 which is 8 minus
Negative 5.
3. Will it be the same for this AP also?
Mom, negative 5.
Negative
You
5.
will have it as negative 5 because now the AP is in such a way that the terms are decreasing successively. But the difference will be the same. Only thing your D will be negative 5 here. In the original AP, if the common difference was 5, that is you get the successive term by adding 5 to the previous term. But when you totally reverse the AP, what happens? The last term is 253, the previous term will be 5 less than 253. That's how your AP was. So that is why your D has become a negative 5. Now you know your A and D. Should you be able to calculate the 20th term, you need A 20. Now the same formula needs to be applied. It is A plus 20 minus 1 times D. So substitute your values for A and D there. A is 253 plus 20 minus 1 will become 19 and your D is negative 5. So it will be 253 plus 19 and negative 5. Multiply and tell me how much will you get there?
Negative 90. Negative
It is the
95.
negative 95. So positive 253 and a negative 95 should give your value as subtract positive 158. So 158 is the 20th term from the last term. That means from here if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, when you reach the number 20, it will correspond to the term 158. Alright, so you must be very careful. The only change that we have done is A has become 253 and B has become negative 5. This is because the entire AP has been reversed. So this you must keep it in mind. When they are asking you for a particular term from the end of the AP or from the last term of the AP, you should flip the entire AP and write the new AP like this. Using the new AP, now find out what is A and what is D. Once you find out A and D, the formula remains the same. AN equals A plus N minus 1 times D. So substitute your new A that you have got and the new B that you have, and hence find out the 20th term from the end of the given AP. Okay, one such question I am expecting in section B, because normally they don't ask find the nth term of an AP, but this can happen because there is an understanding that you have to reverse the AP. Now moving on to the 18th problem. Try reading the problem and write down what is given to you. That's very important because you have identified the problem that way. The sum of the 4th and the 8th terms of an AP is 24. And the sum of the 6th and the 10th terms is 44. Find the first 3 terms of the AP. So you have the sum of 2 terms in 2 pairs given. So first write down what is given to you. The sum of the 4th term and the 8th term. So A4 plus A8. The 4th term and the 8th term. When you add them, you get 24. Then the second information that is given to you is the sum of the 6th and the 10th term. That is A6 plus A10. The sum of the 6th and the 10th term is 44. So these are two big informations given to you. Using this, you should be able to find out the first 3 terms of the AP. So to get the first 3 terms, what you must know, you should know the A and the D. That is the first term and the common difference of the AP. Nothing is given. Only the sum of A4 and A8 is given. A6 and A10 is given. Using this, you should be able to find out what is the first term, that is A, and what is the common difference. Now A4 and A8, using the formula, it becomes A4 means it is A plus 4 minus 1 times D, or in other words A4 equals A plus 3D. Correct? Similarly, you will be writing A8 as A plus 7D, A6 as A plus 5D, A10 as A plus 9D. So write all this, you will be getting 2 equations in 2 variables. I am just writing A4, A8. A4 is A plus 3D. A8 is A plus 7D. This is equal to 24. So common terms, like terms you can add A and A to A. 7 and 3 becomes 10D equals 24. This is one equation that I have got in 2 variables, that is A and D. I will number that as equation 1. Now using the second information, A6 is A plus 5D and A10 is A plus 9D. That is equal to 44. Again add the like terms A and A to A. 9 and 5, 14D equals 44. This becomes my second equation. So I have 2 equations in 2 variables, that is A and D. And those are the 2 variables that I need, because I want to find out the first 3 terms of this AP, which has the condition that A4 plus A8 is 24, A6 plus A10 is 44. So now solve the equations, let me see. Because we have done linear equations, either the elimination method or the substitution method. Apply it on equations 1 and 2 and get the values of A and D. Come on. Is there anything that you have to do with the equations before you go for the elimination or the substitution?
Mom, divide it by
should
2.
simplify.
I will take the thing of
One.
dividing it with 2. But I would suggest it is not required. Why? Because I have 2A only. Just subtract them. Your A will get eliminated. You will have 14 minus 10, that is 4D is equal to 44 minus 24, which will be 20. So 4D is equal to 20 means D will become 5. Once you get your D, go back to your either equation 1 or 2 and find out 2 times A plus 50 equals 24. So A will come out to be 24 minus 50, which will be negative 26. Negative 26 divided by 2 will give you a negative 13. So the solving part I am leaving it to you. Please solve it. Don't expect me to solve equations also now. So from the 2 equations you will get your D equals 5 and your A will be equal to negative 13. This you must be able to get. I am not solving it here for you. Not required. I'm not going to solve all the equations anymore. So you see, if you're getting the D is equal to 5 and A is equal to negative 13. So once you get your A and D, do you stop there? What should you find out?
Mom, the first three terms of the
Therefore,
AP.
the first three terms of the AP will be what? A plus D and A plus 2D. So substitute your values there. A is negative 13. Second term will be negative 13 plus 5. Third term will be negative 13 plus 10. So the three terms will be negative 13, negative 8. Don't be wasting your time on the chat session. Kishan, what is happening? Do you have so much time that you are typing on the chat box? Huh?
Ma'am.
Why are you typing on the chat box? That's doing the problem. So negative 13, negative 8, negative 3. Those are the first three terms of the AP which was given. Alright, now we will move on to the 19th problem. One word problem which I am expecting again in section C. Alright, I hope you would have completed the previous two problems. We have to be a little more faster. I have to take up the sum up to n terms, introduce that formula and talk to you regarding the record also. Let me see how fast I can do it. Right, we are now at problem number 19. Let me read the problem. Subba Rao started work in 1995 at an annual salary of rupees 5,000 and received an increment of rupees 200 every year. In which year did his income reach 7,000? So definitely the condition is leading us towards an AP. Why do you think the condition is leading us towards an AP? Because
Mom,
he
every time
starts
200
in
is getting
1995 with a salary of rupees 5,000. Alright, then every year there is an increment of 200 rupees. So in 1996, what would be his salary?
5,200.
Yes, it will be 5,200 because he has got an increment after the first year is complete. Before going to the second year, they give him a new salary, that is the previous salary plus 200. Increment means with the previous there is something extra given. Then in 1997, what do you think his salary would have become? Now his salary in 96 was 5,200. The next year he will get
400.
another 200 rupees, so
100.
it will become 5,400. So this condition is leading me towards an AP because every successive term is the previous term plus some common difference. So my AP is like this: 5,000, 5,200, 5,400, and so on. So this is how it is going to proceed. The salary is in the form of an AP. Now the question is, in which year will this salary become 7,000? So somewhere after some years, this term is going to become 7,000. Corresponding to that 7,000, we should find out which is the year. All right. Now this 5,000, this 7,000, and this 200. What are they with respect to our AP? With respect to my AP, what is my first term?
Mom, it's the 5,000.
Yeah, it is the first term, which is 5,000. What is the common difference we have for this AP?
200.
A2 minus A1, that is
200.
200. And what is this 7,000 that we have? It has to reach that 7,000. So that is the nth term that I have. We don't know how many terms will make that 7,000. So we can simply generally write that AN equals some 7,000. Some nth term, we don't know which term it is. That's exactly what I want to find out. Which term of this AP has become 7,000 is what we have to know. So from this, I know my formula AN equals A plus n minus 1 times B. The AN, that is the nth term, is 7,000. The A is known to me. The common difference is known to me. What can I find using this formula now?
N.
Yeah, the only variable that is not known is n. So you will go to find out n means you will be telling that 7,000 is the nth term. It may be the 10th term, it may be the 40th term, or it may be the 70th term. So to find that, we are going to use this formula. So now going back to the formula to substitute, if my nth term is 7,000, I don't know which term it is, only know that the nth term is 7,000, A is 5,000. Because I don't know n, I have to maintain it as it is. My B is 200. Now solve this equation to get the value of n. Let me see. Do it quickly. It is just a simple equation.
N is 11.
N is 11.
N is 11.
N
N
minus
is
1
11.
times 200. Or n minus 1 will be equal to 2000 divided by 200, which will be 10. And hence, my n will become 10 plus 1, which is 11. So my n has become 11 means what can I say? My 11th term of the AP is 7,000. Alright, it is the 11th term. I start with my first term as 5,000. That is 1995. My first term corresponds to 1995. My 11th term will correspond to which year? You start from 95 and you go till the 11th term. So if your first year is 1995, after 11 years, what will be the year then?
2005.
Yes, because you started with 1995, you add 11 years. Why are you adding 11 years? Because the 11th term has become 7,000. So from 1995, when you add 11 years, you're going to get how much? 2000?
2006.
2000?
5.
Oh my God, 1995 plus 11, are you not able to add? Add 5 years, it will
That
become
year
2000.
is
Then you have 6 more years, so it will be 2006. Correct?
But
So therefore, who is that? Subbarao, no? Subbarao salary.
Mom,
Yes, salary becomes.
Mom, but in 1995 also he'll get his salary, no, Mom. So if we consider that, it will be 2000.
95,000 is the first term. The 11th term is 7,000. So if my year is 1995 year, I should leave that 1995. After that, the 11th term means every successive year, is it not? So after 95, if 11 years are passed, where will you reach? 2006. So in 2006, his salary will be fixed as 7,000. Till 2007, he will be on a salary of 7,000 rupees. Clear? See here also, 1995, he started with 5,000. In the beginning of 96, he'll be fixed for 5,200. The entire year, he'll be in that salary only. Then in the beginning of 97, again, he'll get a hike of 200. So he will be on 5,400. Is that clear,
We should
Samisha?
Mom, but we should consider 1995 year also, no, Mom.
Yeah, we are considering, that's why the first term is 5,000. His salary in 1995 has been fixed for 5,000. He may have joined in any month. Okay, so from that month again 12 months are to be calculated for him to get the increment. If he joined in June 1995, in June 96 only he will be fixed for the next hike in the salary. He has to complete that June 96. From July 96, he will become eligible for the increased salary. Convinced?
Ma'am, but if we consider 1995, we'll get 2005 as 11th year.
Yes,
No,
Mom. Mom, we
you
should
cannot
consider
consider. That's
that
what I'm telling. See, the first year he already got the salary. So when is he fixed for 7,000? Only on the completion of 11 years he will be fixed with a salary of 7,000. That's what I'm trying to tell you. After 2006, in 2006, when he has completed 2006, he will be fixed as the salary of 7,000.
Ma'am,
You know why
completion of
this
year.
confusion becomes, wait just a minute, becomes rupees 7,000. What was that? In which year did his income reach 7,000? Okay, reach. That is the word. Subbarao salary reaches rupees 7,000 in 2006. Yes, it is reaching, it is fixed for 7,000 in the year 2006. So 2006, when he is completed, he will become eligible for 7,000 rupees. I don't know what is the confusion. I'm unable to follow your confusion. We will move on. Just convince yourself, go through it a number of times. It is only the word which is misleading. You have to reach a certain salary. He starts from 5,000 and when he is reaching 7,000, 11 years are completed. All right. So this is
Ma'am,
how
we
you
should
have to do it.
consider.
I am in a little hurry, my dear children. This is not at all a very important thing to discuss. Maybe we will take it up one more time later on. First, try to convince yourself with the way it is done. Now, moving on, I wanted to introduce the sum up to n terms of an AP, because that is the activity that I am proposing to share with you today. Sum up to n terms of an AP. How many times to add the same person? I don't know how you people get exited every time. We have only a 40 minutes duration and we are always adding the same person again and again. Sum of n terms of an AP. Now, so far, what we were trying to discuss with respect to an AP was, given the first term, the common difference, we know how to calculate any term of that AP. So this is how we have done all the problems so far. If the first term is known, the common difference is given, then we know to find the nth term of an AP. Sometimes it was that the AP was given and you were asked the nth term. Sometimes the nth term was given, you were asked how many terms were there or what is the first term of an AP. So in all combinations, we have done problems using the formula for the nth term of an AP. Now moving on, the last part of the chapter is we are going to deal with sum of n terms of an AP. Suppose your AP was like this. You had an A plus B, A plus 2B, etc. Now sum of n terms we fix, because if it is an infinite AP, then there is no point in finding the sum at all, because there is no end to the AP. Then we can't sum up all the terms. When I say all the terms, that means there is a last term, which we call it as n. So if I want the sum of n terms of an AP, that means I have to specify sum of the first 10 terms of an AP or the sum of the first 20 terms of an AP. This is how the problem is to be posed. So if I want to add specific number of terms in a given AP, there is a formula which will help me to do this. There are two ways to apply this formula. Sometimes in the AP, the last term will be mentioned. Once you have the last term and the AP given to you, then there is a particular formula to find the sum of all those terms till that last term. Alright? Or if the last term is not known, you are just told this is the AP and I want to find the sum of the first 10 terms. Maybe 10 terms, 20 terms, 200 terms or 400 terms, whatever it is. Alright? So there are two different ways you can look at this formula. So Sn is the sum of the first n terms of an AP, which is given by the formula where you know the n and the d of the given AP, you will write it as Sn equals n by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times b. This is the formula you will apply to get the sum of the first n terms of an AP. The same thing can be split and written. The same thing you can see it as, see how I am splitting this to get the second formula. 2a can be written as a plus n minus 1 times d. Now look at this part of your formula. Is it taking you to any of the formula that you already know?
AN for
So this A plus N minus
AN.
1 times B can be seen as A plus AN. I am substituting A plus N minus 1 times B as AN. In the place of this, I am adding this. So this is one way of seeing the sum of n terms of an A. If the nth term or the last term or the nth term of the AP is given to me, then to find the sum of all the terms till the nth term, I use this formula. Generally, I call it as an nth term, but it can also be replaced like this as Sn equals n by 2 times A plus n, where n is the last term. We usually call it the nth term, but n is also correct because that is the final term till which you have to add all the terms of the given AP. So you should remember both these formulas because depending on the information given to you, you should be able to use the formula. So we will start with the problems maybe. Let me see if I get little extra time later on to discuss the activity. We will rejoin again. We have another, okay, easily we have 8 minutes. So we will take up 1 or 2 problems and see how we can apply the formula together. I hope you have written down both the forms of the formula. Either it is Sn equals n by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d, or Sn equals n by 2 times a plus n. So we'll go on with at least 1 or 2 problems. Before we close, we will rejoin to discuss on the activity that we are going to take, because that deals with sum of n terms of the first n natural numbers. Okay, we are on exercise 5.3 quickly. At least 1 or 2 problems to make you apply the formula there. 5.3, page number. Okay, page number 112. We will take up the first main and try to apply our formula. That's all. Alright. I'll just show you one in each type. In the first main, we have problems where the AP itself is given and it is told find the sum till n terms. Some number of terms are given. So I'll take this 2, 7, 12, etc. 10 terms. So it's a very simple problem where you have to add all the first 10 terms of the given AP. So once the AP is given, it is very clear that I have the A and I have the common difference, which is A2 minus A1, which will be 7 minus 2, which is 5. And I know my n is 10. Why? Because I have told I have to be adding the first 10 terms of the AP. So what is the sum? It is n by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Do I have all the variables that I need to be used in the formula? N is there, a is there, b is there. So it is a direct substitution in the formula. N by 2 will be 10 by 2. 2 times a is 2 plus n minus 1 is 10 minus 1 times b is 5. Just a mere substitution. This will become 5 times 2 into 2 is 4. This is 9 into 5, 45. I hope you are understanding the steps. So it becomes 5 times 4 plus 45, which is 5 times 49. And hence, the sum of the first 10 terms will become 5 into 45, which will be 245. Here you can, instead of writing it as Sn, you can write it as S10. Write the formula once, then write it according to the variables that you are substituting. It is very simple. People are getting added. Okay, in the second main, I'll take up one more problem where you are going to use the second formula that I have just introduced. If the last term or the nth term of the AP is known, how do we take up and do it? So I'll take one from the second main. Anyone arbitrarily. I'll take the second one, 34, 32, 30, etc. Okay, this is an AP. But what is the speciality of this AP? What can you say about this AP? You're going to add all these terms till 10. Right? What can you immediately say by looking at this AP? A is 34. What is the common difference?
-2.
-2.
Yes, the common difference will be -2 because you're seeing that the terms are decreasing. So it is 32 minus 34, which is -2. Now the last term is known to me. So I can use that to get the Sn. But what is my Sn according to my second formula? It is n by 2 times a plus n. Correct? L is there, a is there. But my n is not. How will I find n? Are you told how many terms are there in the
Mom,
AP?
using AN formula.
Yes, you have to apply the AN formula to find out which term has become the stem. Because 10 is that term which is the last term. But we don't know which term is stem. So for that you must find out using this formula what is the value of n. So here you have A, you have B, only n is not known. Your AN will be taken as 10 because that is the nth term. But we don't know which term it is. So for that you have to use this formula to get the value of n. Once you get n, substitute it here to find the Sn. So when Sn is asked in terms of the last term, you have to go and find out what is the number given to the last term. That n you have to find out. Only then you will be able to apply this formula. So I think I will stop here because we are almost in the last minute. So first and the second main you should be able to complete on your own. It is simply a substitution in the formula. The first main I am using the main formula Sn equals n by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. And in the second one I am using Sn equals n by 2 times a plus n. Alright. So we will rejoin for 10 minutes because I need to explain the activity. So please join quickly. Bye.